Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. This is Vishal and you're watching weekly sectoral analysis. Now, in the last few days, what we have been witnessing is that Nifty has been able to cross 21,900, which is a very good sign. It's a bullish sign. But more or less, we can see that the overall price is range bound between this particular range of 21,900 and on the downside somewhere around 21,500. So this is just a 3 to 400 points range and market is trying to just shoot on the upside. If you just have a look on the hourly time frame chart, yes, the trend is up. It has been able to give a decent breakout, but RSI is just above 71 and we have an array of short-term resistance over here. So overall trend will stay up. The direction of the market will stay up, but maybe probably a retest of the lower levels at 21,900 cannot be ruled out. But yes, overall trend will stay up. And on the upside, there is a possibility if the trend continues, then we can test 22,120, 22,150 and maybe even higher. Now, looking at the Bank Nifty, what we can see over here is the overall trend in the daily time frame chart and in the weekly time frame chart is flat. Neither the trend is up in the weekly time frame charts, neither the trend is down in the daily time frame chart. It is completely flat. And generally, when the trend is flat in at least one of the time frames, it is very difficult to trade. But over here, it is flat in both the time frames. So as of now, I wouldn't like to comment anything on Bank Nifty. I would like to wait and watch, and then probably some clear indication when it comes up, only then I would like to comment on Bank Nifty. Because there are few other sectors where I would like to share my inputs. Maybe there are also few stocks which are showing signs of short-term momentum or swing trades or something like that. In PSU banks, it is very, very clear that the trend is up and the trend is more stronger than the momentum. And even over here in the PSU banking pack, you can see that price has made a higher high and RSI has made a lower high. We are also trading just near this important Fibonacci extension, which is at 361.80% extension. Although not a very powerful resistance, but yes, it clearly shows that the ongoing trend is surely up, but the speed with which the recently prices were going higher will slow down a little bit. It's not a reversal sign. I'm just saying that the momentum will slow down a little. Okay, private banking pack. Now, private banking pack, it has been able to give a decent pullback, and even this particular candle, if you remember in my last week, I clearly said that yes, prices have closed below this trend line, but this is not a valid breakdown. And suddenly what you see the next week, a hammer, and the hammer closes above this trend line. So this was, as of now, so far so good. It looks that this was a bearish trap. And in the daily time frame chart, you can see that the prices have shot up. And obviously, special thanks to this particular stock, HDFC Bank, which has been able to post a decent pullback on the upside. Even the weekly candle shows a hammer. So yes, we are a little bit hopeful that if this pullback continues, it would be nice to see if HDFC Bank once again retest 1450 or 1460 levels. And after that, what happens obviously needs to be seen. But once again, even if this happens, this is just a pullback. I'm not talking about any trend reversal or any uptrend. This is just a pullback considering the overall trend is down in the daily and the weekly time frame chart. And this will just be a pullback in that downtrend. Energy pack. Now in energy pack, we can clearly say that the trend is up and it is stronger than the momentum. The weekly RSI is clearly visible at 93. The daily RSI is just above 70, near 73.58. And you can see that we do have certainly a negative divergence. Now this divergence is not a reversal, according to me. This is just a sign that the upgoing momentum is going to slow down a little bit, but the trend will continue to remain on the upside. Okay. Metal pack. Now metal pack is one particular sector which after a decent rally has been more or less sideways. You can see up, down, up, down. If you see this particular rally, it was one way. But over here, even if a short-term rally happens, suddenly a correction. After a rally, suddenly a correction. So it's not a sustained rally because there is some sort of consolidation going on in the higher time frame chart. But yes, it seems that maybe in the next few days, there will be decent short-term swing trades in the metal pack. But yes, choosing the right stock is very, very important because one of the stocks recently crashed down due to some or the other reason. You can see probably on the day of the result, it closed down very badly. So when you're trading in the metal pack, you'll have to be very, very precise. You just cannot pick any damn stock and just, be aggressive on it. And one more thing, if you have a look over here, that there is a negative divergence in the metal pack. So this negative divergence, once again, this is so far not a sign of reversal. So far, it looks that just the momentum is slowing down. So initiating swing trades rather than positional trades might make more sense in the metal pack. Auto pack continues to remain on the upside, and if you remember, this was one of the stocks which I shared with all of you, probably somewhere over here, probably in Jan, and I clearly told that a decent breakout can come on the upside. And now, since the stock has moved up pretty nicely, it's the right time to book partial profits in this particular stock because even the weekly RSI is just above 70. So booking partial profits makes some sense over here. Finance pack more or less looks like a private banking chart. The trend is flat in the daily and in the weekly time frame chart. As of now, once again, I would like to stay away from this particular stock, from this particular sector. But although there is one stock which I was just looking at from this particular sector, and I would like to just share some small inputs on that particular stock, and it is PFC. Now, this particular stock, if you have a look in the early time frame charts, you can clearly see that after this particular crash, you can see there has been a big hammer over here. And if I plot the volume over here, what you can clearly see after this particular bottom has been hit, 1 and 2 large candles, there was a lot of price consolidation within this area, and when the price was consolidating, the volume did not suddenly dry down. There was some sort of volume available over here. You can see a lot of sell-off, the lot of selling which happened in these two candles was absorbed somewhere in this zone, and now the stock is flat. So if there is an upward momentum in this particular stock, then this stock could end up in a decent swing pick. All right. So I guess swing traders should surely keep a watch on this particular stock. Now, moving ahead, if you have a look at the consumer pack, once again, I would say that the trend is up in the weekly and in the daily time frame charts, and we have a breakout from this consolidation zone. You can see this is the lower end, this is the upper end, and probably if we have one more candle, then look like the prices might continue to the north for the next few days. FMCG pack, you can say that prices have corrected pretty nicely, and even over here in the daily time frame charts, they have been able to correct once again pretty nicely. Special thanks to ITC. If you remember, I had shared negative view on the stock, and the stock continues to correct, right? And it is looking even bearish right now. But now it seems that there is some possibility that some sort of short covering, some sort of pullback is probable if this low of 400 levels or 399 is not broken on closing basis. Then just some sort of pullback might happen, but it could be, even if that up move happens, it will be just a pullback. It will not be a trend reversal sort of thing or anything like that. And one stock from this particular sector is Nestle. Now, if you have a look in the daily time frame chart, we can clearly see that this stock has been consolidating. It has been pretty sideways and it's not broken, especially this particular support zone. So if in case, if we have a sudden move on the upside and if there is a decent breakout in the daily time frame chart, then positional traders should keep a watch on this stock. And I've repeated and I've shared this stock probably even in my last educational video. All right. Infrapack. Now, Infrapack, if you look properly, the weekly RSI is at 89. The daily RSI is just at 70. Overall trend is overstretched in the weekly time frame chart, but there is yet no negative sign in the daily time frame charts. Look pretty strong enough. Now, there is one stock once again, which is in the daily time frame chart. I'd just like to remove this. So if we go to an extreme short term of hourly charts, what we can say that if we plot a decent Fibonacci extension over here, once the stock crashed, it did gap up and then it started correcting. And after so much correction, because you can see that the price from 1155 till 1104, and this is a hourly time frame chart. This is not a daily time frame chart. Not even once the RSI has been able to go below 30, which means that if you see this correction, see how fast when this correction did happen, RSI go little bit below 30. But over here, not even once. And this has been from 6th Feb till 14th Feb. So this is not 1 or 2 days. This is at least probably 5 to 6 days or a week. So it clearly means that some sort of accumulation or something like that is happening. And if there is a decent breakout in the early time frame charts, we could see some upside momentum. So I guess swing traders should surely keep a watch on Bharti Airtel. Now looking at the IT pack, I guess it is very clear that the momentum is on the upside, the trend is on the upside, and I guess prices will continue going north. Pharma pack, once again, the trend is up, but in the weekly time frame chart, weekly RSI is at 84. All right. And I guess it would be nice enough if we see some sort of consolidation in the daily time frame chart, because we do have a sign that the upside momentum is getting weaker in the pharma pack. It's not a trend reversal, but it's just a sign that the upside momentum is slightly weaker as of now. So some sort of consolidation or profit booking at this particular juncture is welcome. Now in PSE pack, I can say that once again the trend is up. Trend is more stronger than the momentum. In the daily time frame chart, we do have a sign of negative divergence. The trend continues to remain up, and it will continue to, the prices will continue to go higher. But the momentum with which prices have been going up recently, it will reduce a little bit due to this negative divergence. Realty pack recently in the weekly time frame was consolidating a little bit because it was slightly overstretched in the weekly time frame charts. And after a short consolidation, I guess it's poised for a breakout in the daily time frame chart. We just need a close above this particular high with a big decent green candle for a day, and the next day the buying should continue. Follow through buying should happen. Then overall the range breakout will occur in the real estate pack. Mid-cap sector again, the trend is stronger than the momentum, and few stocks you might see where in the mid-cap space where the stocks will go higher, but you have to be very, very careful because the weekly time frame chart is already showing signs of weakening momentum. It's not a weakening trend, it's just a sign of a weakening momentum. So picking the right stock for a short-term trade is going to be very, very important. All right. So just once again, if I sum it up all, I would say the trend is up in Nifty, but we cannot rule out that a short-term throwback on the downside may not happen. And even if the prices continue to go on the upside, we have some limited room because we do have a massive trend line resistance coming up at 2230. So rather than initiating too many positional trades, I'm in favor right now that the risk reward ratio does belong to swing traders right now in the market. Yes, if this trend line is broken, then things may change. All right. So I hope this video has been helpful to help you to understand how markets will move in the next few days. And if you find this video valuable, try to share it with other traders as well. Trade less, Trade wisely. Thank you.